Well, hey there, heroes. It's David H. Lawrence the 17th, and I just had an opportunity to meet my newest pro. His name is Adam. And when I think about the challenges that voice talent have, performers in general, but voice talent in particular, they likely aren't the same challenges that Adam is facing. You and I don't face the same challenges that he has, in addition to the challenges of being a performer, of choosing a life that is rife with rejection and a lot of, gee, I wonder how this works kind of stuff. I had an opportunity to go through his tools and his process as we try to adapt what we teach in VO Heroes to where he is in life. And I want you to see that coming up next in this episode of the VO Heroes podcast. So everybody, I want you to meet Adam Craig. Adam is one of my newest pros, and he has some requirements that are a little bit different from other people that are in the program. Adam, why don't you say hello to everybody, and then just give us a real quick summary of where you are in life and how you got there.
Sure thing, David. Yeah, thanks. Hi guys. Really looking forward to working with all of you. The quick story with me is I was an able-bodied 26-year-old man when I took a shallow dive in a lake that left me with a spinal cord injury. And resulting years later, I'm now 4 years out. I am unable to use my hands for pretty much any functional use. You're kind of seeing the best way I can do with this one right here. Yeah. So we're trying to adapt everything with that VoiceOver Heroes has to offer into someone who simply uses what we call a mouth stick to interact with their computer. So right. I have one point of contact that I'm kind of using to do all the stuff that you guys get to do with your fingers.
Yeah. And Adam came to me. Adam and I have a common friend in my friend Julie, who is in my tribe with Product Launch Formula. And she said, my nephew has a great voice and he wants to do voiceover. And I don't know if you can help him, but I'd love it if you could. And for us, you can hear that Adam's voice is robust and full and awesome, and he's going to do great in terms of the performance side of it. I'm not worried about that at all, but I can tell you I was really concerned about being able to adapt processes that, frankly, I take for granted that I'm using multiple fingers and multiple hands and my eyes and my ears all at the same time and not using my mouth for anything other than speaking. So what I said to him was, I'd be thrilled to work with you if we can figure out how to adapt the processes so that you can take advantage of what I teach. And I'm really happy to say that we just got finished with maybe an hour and a half session trying to adapt what we do in Audacity with the stair-step method, with the editing, and with the mastering process of the entire recording process that we teach. And we've been pretty successful. And we did so with an iPad, with GarageBand, and with him using the controls with his mouth stick. I was pretty damn impressed with how much progress we made in that period of time. Now, maybe it's only because I'm not exposed to how resourceful you are, but I can tell you that was my biggest concern, and now I don't have any concern at all. What do you think?
I just say here to that. I was going into it kind of blind as well and not expecting, kind of plan for the worst, hope for the best. And I think it turned out better than I honestly could have planned for.
Yeah. So what we found out is GarageBand has the ability to record separate tracks, just like Audacity does with the stair step. We also found out that we can group tracks and drag them from one track to another, just like we do with copy and paste. And you're seeing that on your screen right now. And then exporting out of GarageBand as a WAV file, we're then going to, and this is where we kind of stopped for today, we're then going to move to Adam's HP. He's got a Windows device where he's going to grab that shared WAV file off of Google Drive and move on with the rest of the mastering process that we already have in place, where I would do it on one machine. He's going to do it only because Audacity and Levelator, because he's using Windows, Audio Cupcake isn't an option, but Audacity and Levelator is not going to require him to be moving around regions. It's just going to be very overt dragging and dropping. So we'll do that in a future episode. We're gonna sort of keep you apprised of our journey. Do you have any at this point, now that we've been through this, do you have any concerns about adapting what you've been already learning in the courses to your situation and your challenges?
After today, it quelled most of what I was worried about. I think the fact that we just got to work with the equipment the way we did, and we hit some good breaks that I think are going to essentially. I was worried about speed. I was always wanted to be able to keep up with the same pace that you guys were doing with the stair step method. And I think we really knocked all the stuff I was worried about out of the park.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is sort of track this. This is sort of the first steps. Does this work? Can we make it? And I'm not trying to shoehorn Adam's tools into my process. I'm willing to figure out what to do to adapt it. But in the end, what we're both committed to doing, and I've talked to Adam about this off the air, what we're both committed to doing is creating a version of the workflow that somebody who's in Adam's position can take advantage of and do so with a mouth stick, with adaptive and assistive technology. And in this case, we really want to thank the state of Wisconsin for their support, because they've been just, that's one of the resources that you have. And I don't know if most states have the kind of cooperative, awesome agency like their situation, because they've just been a joy for me to work with, just getting set up with you. And I don't know what your situation's been like with them, but if they weren't there, if you didn't have those resources, if you didn't have your fiance there to help you out, it's like the perfect storm of being able to move forward with this process.
Absolutely.
So in the end, what we want to do is then lay out this entire workflow so that it tracks what it would. And again, one of my fears is saying something stupid and wrong. So if able-bodied or I don't know what the actual phrase is, and in 2 years it might be something different.
Exactly.
But I'm just trying to make a differentiation between someone who's got your challenges and someone who doesn't. But what I'm trying to do is create parallels so that it doesn't matter. And you can take advantage of this, and you can, what did you say? There's a team, there's a dream. What was
it's it's teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yep.
I don't want anybody to be held back by their challenges. I don't want anybody to be held back by their particular situation. And to think that you can take where you are right now in life and still pursue voice work in a way that approaches the speed that somebody who is able-bodied is able to do the process once they're familiar with it, the workflow, I'm just really thrilled about. And so our goal in the end is to memorialize the process that we're exploring right now, and then add that to the VO Heroes course. And my goal is to have Adam be a part of our team and being sort of the adaptive technology guru of what we're doing, and bring this to other people who have the same or similar challenges to what you have. So that's my plan. That's what we've talked about. But I got to tell you, I'm really excited by what we did. And I'm looking forward to working with you again in the future on the next steps on this.
I'm very much looking forward to it too, David.
Cool. If you guys have questions, if you have anything you want to say, just scroll down below this video, or if you're listening in the audio and you said, hey, wait, I can't see any of the things that you were talking about, you were showing, go to voheroes.com, look for this particular episode of the podcast, and look at the video, and you'll see Adam's screen, his iPad with the iOS version of GarageBand on it. You'll see him grouping regions on a track and dragging them up to the other track. And we're going to refine that process so that it actually works with the stair-step method, the recording end of things, and so on. So leave us a comment, ask a question if you have it. Adam is now a part of the pro community, and so he will be hopefully soon. We haven't gotten there just yet, but in the community, answering questions and being a part and being a contributor there. So I'm really excited about starting this journey with you, Adam, and I appreciate you coming on and being a little bit public about this, because I was concerned that you might want to keep this a little private, and that would be fine, but I'm thrilled that you've said, no, let's share this with everybody.
I'm glad to be breaking this ground with you too. It's exciting.
Awesome. All right, cool. I'm David H. Lawrence, the 17th. Thank you so much for watching and for listening, and we will see you in the next episode.